My name is Sherry Zhao, and I'm a second-year student at Temple Dental School. I'm honored and kind of scared to be speaking to you all today because this community and people's love for Christ and each other have made a really positive impact in my life, on my life in Philly so far. And this is a story of how I came to know Christ and receive him as my Lord and Savior. The first time I really remember praying for real and with all my heart was when I was at one of my lowest points. I was in high school, and for 4 or so years prior to that, I was struggling with an eating disorder. It started with a naive desire to be beautiful and loved, but it was twisted because at such a young age, the lie that I wasn't good enough had already infiltrated me. By the time I acknowledged what I was doing and started to recover, I had damaged my health, my friendships, my relationship with my parents, and any sense of self-worth and identity I had. Growing up, religion was never a part of my life, and God was just a word people used to describe something remote and unknowable. But at that point, with my sinfulness before me and my life stripped of all my precious false idols, God became real to me. I began praying to him for forgiveness and healing, and he answered my prayers by leading me to him. In college, I met a girl named Joyce, who, unlike me, grew up in a Christian home. She and I became friends, and she asked me if I believed in God, and I said yes. And she said, "Come with me to church." As a complete Bible novice, I remember reading the Beatitudes in Matthew 5:3-12. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are those who hunger and search for righteousness, for they will be filled. These words resonated with me because it showed that Jesus knew us and our struggles. And of course, there's Mark 12:30. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength. The second is, love your neighbor as yourself. No other commandment is greater than these. Reading and comprehending those words was happiness and freedom. Such a contrast to my previous self-centered, destructive thinking. Knowing Jesus meant knowing true love and goodness, and amazingly, the goodness and love of God. It sounds cheesy, but in college, I felt like I was rediscovering myself, but this time with the love of Christ, manifesting as a loving community and friends, surrounding and edifying me. Now in dental school and looking off into the future where I can practice and be in the real world, I'm excited to have Christ with me and to see where and to see him lead me into great things. There are still struggles with sin, but I'm no longer a prisoner because Christ has set me free. As I'm learning and slowly, falteringly trying to practice, following Jesus is a different life than one without following him, but it is a good life and is life-giving. Matthew 7:24-25. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the wind blew and beat against that house, yet it did not fall because it had its foundation on rock. This is like way different than I imagined standing up here. On this walk with Jesus, I couldn't have done it alone in college or now or in the future. Big thanks to my current family group, Little Christs. You guys are a great group of individuals, and I learn a lot from you. And thank you to all the people who reached out to me and listened when I really needed encouragement and fellowship. I'm very thankful. Thanks.